everyone, I am Janvi Pavar. Welcome back to my channel, or if you guys are new here, then welcome to my channel. Do you see the excitement on my face? Now, I'm pretty sure that if you guys have been watching or listening to me for a long time now, so I'm pretty sure you guys have discovered that American accent is one of my favorite accents out there. And I usually speak in an American English because I just really love how it just rolls off your tongue, right? Like your mouth is pretty open. You don't have to keep a very tight jaw or anything. Your mouth is relaxed, it's open, and I really like it because it sounds so chill. Obviously, this is a personal opinion. So, what I want you guys to do, well, I don't want you guys to do anything. I'm pretty sure if you're here, so you want to improve your American English. So let me teach you American English, well, in just 7 minutes. Now, obviously, in 7 minutes, I cannot give you every rule out there. That's if you think that's gonna happen, that something like that is gonna happen in this video. No, it's not gonna happen, but I am gonna give you some of the most significant American English rules out there. And if you're gonna practice, yes, you can become a natural American English speaker, just with practice, obviously. Number one. The T sound in American English sounds like a duh sound, a very soft duh sound. So it's a flap T. It's not actually a duh sound, it's a flap T. Now, you're not gonna understand it unless I give you examples. So here is a word for you, a very common word that is usually used to teach this sound. So this is water, how you usually pronounce it, ta, right? But in American English, this is water. So it's a very soft duh sound. Duh, very soft, not like water, no, very soft. Keep your duh very soft. Water. Another word is this one, better. Another example, this word, city, not city or city, not a very strong duh sound, but a very soft duh sound. City. Now, do you notice something? Observe this, that this this letter T, is between two vowels, right? So for example, the word water, it's between A and E. In city, it's between I and Y. In better, it's between E and E. So this is where you find the flap T sound, or a very soft duh sound, where you're gonna pronounce T as, get away, you're gonna pronounce T as a very soft duh. Another rule, Americans have a very strong R sound, right? So for example, the word C-A-R, how do you pronounce it? Car, they pronounce it as raw. It's a very strong raw sound, so it's car, hard. Now, if you need a trick to pronounce this, so what you can do, you can roll your tongue upwards, right? Roll your tongue upwards while pronouncing the raw sound. Roll it upward. So it's hard. Learn. Very. Car. I think we already did it. Yeah, car. All right, so it's a strong raw sound. The next rule is this rule. Now, what is this rule? Obviously, let me tell you. Americans, they eat their words. Well, eating words basically mean reduction. What kind of reductions? For example, I am going to go, right? So instead of saying going to, say gonna. Use this reduction, right? These are called contractions. Going to, gonna. Want to, wanna. Am not, ain't. Cannot, can't. So these are reductions. Use these reductions more. And you know how you can become perfect with more of these reductions? Let me tell you how. Just listen to a lot of American speakers. That's all you have to do. And now, let me give you another rule. Intonation, one of my favorite parts of American English, and this is super important. Also, if you're an American watching this video, then I'm pretty sure you guys can observe this as well. So intonation matters in American English a lot more than pronunciation. Obviously, pronunciation will always be there, but intonation, it definitely matters. How? When you're asking a question, your intonation, your pitch, it will go high. For example, hey, are you coming tonight? But if you're just giving a statement, or if you're answering something, so you can very simply say, I'll call you later. What are you gonna do? I'll call you later. I'll call you later. So when there is uncertainty, so your intonation, it will go high at the end. So, hey, are you coming tonight? Are you coming tonight? What are you doing? What are you doing? Nothing, chilling. Nothing, chilling. So what is happening here? Very simple, right? So if there is some uncertainty, if you're asking a question, your pitch, it'll go higher, right? But if you're just answering someone, or if you're just giving a statement, it's not only about answering. If you're just giving a statement, so your intonation, your pitch, it'll go low. I'll call you later. I'll call you later. Not, I'll call you later. I'll call you later. Obviously, if somebody is way too far from you and you have to, I'll call you later, so your whole pitch will be high, right? Not like, no, you won't be doing something like this. I'll call you later. I'll call you later. Either it's this or, all right, I'll call you later. I'll call you later in a very subtle manner. Not like, I'll call you later, or I'll call you later in a very subtle manner. So if it's a question, it'll go high. If it's a statement or answer, it'll go low. That's all you have to remember. And these are some of the best American English rules out there. And the first rule that I learned in American English was the R sound. So if you guys can master that, I think you can master the whole American English, and you already know 40% of it, because R sound is a pretty strong sound in American English. Another sound that is really important, though I'm not going to talk a lot about that one in this video, because these are two different sounds. It's the W and V sound, right? For example, these two words, one is wet, another one is vet. So many people think, oh, these are the same sounds, but they are actually not. So I'm saving this for my next video. Till then, you can practice. You can also go check out my accent courses on British and American both, and the link for that is in the description box down below. Until my next video, bye everyone, stay safe.